Now we're going to look at the bad guys. Savage. SAVAGE. ... Savage stands for Specialist Administrators of Vengeance, Anarchy, and Global Extortion. They always have goals for world domination until they end up fighting the Force of Freedom. In addition to a substantial number of soldiers among the members of Savage are General Warhawk, voiced by the awesome Michael and Sarah, is the reflective sunglass-wearing leader of Savage, who serves as the primary antagonist for the series. He was previously a European army captain who was convicted of selling state secrets and deported for his coup. So he's a traitor. And then he organized and built Savage. Sergeant Havoc is voiced by the fucking awesome Optimus Prime himself, Peter Cullen. And he's General Warhawk's second in command and top enforcer. He has strength that rivals Rambo's strength, and he was previously a drill sergeant for the free world. And after being court-martialed for spying, he joined up with Savage. So, another great bad guy from this show is Gripper, voiced by Lenny Weinrib, who is a European mercenary with a metal right hand. Hence the name, that wears an eye patch. He was a former member of the French Foreign Legion until he was dismissed after failing to recognize the surrender flag. Fuck, I got these two mixed up. I got him and Warhawk mixed up. I don't know how I could have done that. I'm very sorry, but let's continue. So, Nomad, voiced by the brilliant Ed Gilbert, is a Burnous-wearing Middle Eastern terrorist. You know, he's like a wandering nomadic warrior that calls no country his home. And Nomad leads a group of outcasts which consist of cutthroats and thieves, pirates too, and yeah, they're pretty bad dudes. So Mad Dog is voiced by the great Frank Welker, and the leader of an unnamed biker gang who sports a mohawk and a Savage logo tattoo on his chest. I just loved his action figure. He is called Spike in the episode Battlefield Bronx, but renamed Mad Dog in all subsequent episodes, you know. And according to his toy bio, he's like a big guy. Mad Dog was found unfit for military services and has an extended criminal record for theft, reckless driving, and arson. So, you know, other great bad guys are, you know, member of Dog's biker gang, which is Animal, and another great one is Jerkface, voiced by Lenny Weinrib again. You know, member of, you know, the other member of Mad Dog's biker gang, as well as Razor, voiced by Frank Welker, wonderful Frank Welker once again, another member of the gang. Black Dragon was voiced by Robert Ido, a rogue ninja who is the twin brother of White Dragon, same character, same actor, and he is known as the greatest assassin that ever had lived. Even better than Rambo. Black Dragon would sell his service to any group that would pay his fee, with his reoccurring clients being Savage, of course. And then we got Snakebite once again voiced by the godfather of fucking voice work, Mr. Peter Cullen. As well, Peter Cullen was in the new Knight Rider series as Goliath, and I think he was Carr in the old Knight Rider series. So Snakebite is a man who's born and raised in the Okefenokee Swamp, Obi-Wan Kenobi Swamp, and lives and likes wild animals like venomous snakes and stuff, insects, black rats, which he carries in his beast pack. He has like a pack with fucking horrendous fucking reptiles and insects and vermin and shit in it. So Dr. Hyde is a cybernetic mad scientist whose head is in a dome-shaped kind of helmet. He's a pretty bad guy. And some more bad guys are Max, Dr. Hyde's android henchman, he's like a robot, and X-Ray hides cybernetic henchmen. So one can tap into things, one can't. We're also, there were also some one-shot characters who were members of Savage that appeared in, one episode here or there. The following are listed in order of appearance. There's the Count. The Count was a descendant of Vlad III the Impaler, who worked with Dracula, who worked with General Warhawk on 2 occasions. The first time was when it involved capturing Nobel Prize winning physicist Herbert Kensington in Deadly Keep. The second was when he helped General Warhawk in a plot to capture the President of the United States. I remember seeing him in one of those. I think it was the one where Rambo goes to his castle in the end and fights him in the castle. And they had that they had that awesome sea chase and battle on the boats. It was really cool. And he tries to get Rambo with the poison dart and all that. Pretty awesome stuff. Rama is the leader of the cult of the Cobra. And he only appeared in Cult of the Cobra, where he had his group helped General Warhawk into halting food shipments to the Indian province of Assam in a plot to force the people of Assam to make General Warhawk their dictator. Pandora, again voiced by the beautiful Mona Marshall, was a female Panther trainer working for General Warhawk. She only appears in Raid on Las Vegas, where she assisted in a plot to rob the Las Vegas casinos. And then we got like Sheikh Hassad, a sheikh who assisted Warhawk in a plot to blow up the shipping business on the Suez Canal. I loved his action figure too. Cool action figure. Mike Flynn, an old friend of Rambo's who ended up stealing an XK-7 fighter jet and used it to assist Warhawk in enslaving the Zamboli tribe to mine for diamonds for him. Mike Flynn, friend turned foe. Verena, a female operative of Savage who assisted General Warhawk. Sergeant Havoc, Gripper, and Nomad into stealing a submarine called the USS Typhoon and plans to auction it at any terrorist, to any terrorist who insists or who is interested in buying it. Then another great Peter Cullen character, Captain Scar, a pirate who assisted Warhawk in a plot to raise the sunken Liberté submarine off the coast of Hong Kong. Then we got Admiral Nomak, voiced by Lenny Weinrub, beautiful Lenny Weinrub. An admiral who assisted Warhawk in a plot to raise that sunken submarine off the coast of Hong Kong. We got Mephisto, a brilliant musician who assisted Warhawk in a plot to steal the Washington Monument. And we got Mambo Ichthian, once again, voiced by beautiful Mona Marshall. She was a Haitian voodoo magician who assisted General Warhawk in a plot to enslave the Haitians and mine the land for gold or diamonds or something like that. Dr. Blackburn was a scientist, assisted to General Warhawk in a plot to use mind control. They have it in this little RC box, and they implanted on a killer whale named Korak to attack the Nomad bases. And finally, we got the Iron Mask, a criminal who assisted General Warhawk in a plot to locate an old warplane containing a fortune of gold. And I love how they got they do deal with a lot of hotbed topics, right down to animal cruelty. And then Rambo, talks to the dolphins, and he gets on the shark, that episode where he gets on the shark and all that cool stuff. And we'll get to that. Should I read the, I'll save the episodes for the end, I'll save reading the episodes for the end, but like some great names here. The first episode being First Strike, and the second one, The Angel of Destruction. It would have been that much cooler if they called episode 2 First Strike Part 2, The Angel of Destruction. That would be cool. But yeah, so we'll get to these in a few minutes, because it's going to take at least an hour to get through all this stuff. These are some pretty big ass episodes. Or, just so many of them. That's going to take a while to get through. So once again, the cast: Neil Ross is John Rambo, the brilliant Neil Ross. Michael Ansara as General Roarhawk. James Avery as Turbo. Peter Cullen as Sergeant Havoc, Snakebite, Captain Scar, and Uncle George. Ed Gilbert as Nomad. Robert Ito as Black Dragon and White Dragon. Don LaFontaine! Was it he Slimer? I'm pretty sure he was Slimer and Ray or something like that from Ghostbusters. Opening narration, he did that. That guy, he could do anything, that guy. I think it's the same guy. If it's the one I'm thinking of, he could do fucking anything. I think he worked on Masters of the Universe too. Mona Marshall as Cat, Mambo, Igythian, and Pandora. Alan Oppenheimer as Colonel Samuel Troutman. Lenny Weinrub as Gripper, Jerkface, and Admiral Nomak, and Frank Welker as Mad Dog and Razor. Additional voices were handled by and submitted by Michael Bell, Dave Ishimoto, and Rusty Taylor. The crew behind the show dealt with Jack Boronoff, assistant story editor; Michael Chain, head writer; Michael Hack, voice director; David Morrell, creator writer. Let me just see if we can. The Force of Freedom credits here have the genre as action adventure, created by David Morrell, written by head writer, story editor Michael Chain, assistant story editor Jack Boronoff, and David Morrell. I don't think David Morrell wrote any of these episodes. I think it was just a writing credit because he invented Rambo. Directed by John Kimball and Charles A. Nicholas. With those wonderful voice actors included. The opening theme and ending theme were composed by Jerry Goldsmith. With composers Hayne, Saban, and Shuki Levy for country of origin, United States, original languages, English, number of seasons 1, and episodes per season 65, which is pretty close to us. Us is 69. Which is something I like. No repeats. Just as many episodes as you can without repeating, right? So, as far as the music is concerned, I think one of the best things about this show is the music. Jerry Goldsmith's music. You could put that behind anything, and it is fucking solid, fucking gold every time. Every single time. Oh my God. You could put that music behind the worst movie ever and you would have a hit. I really do strongly believe that Jerry Goldsmith's music is just 30 to 40% of what made those movies so great and so memorable. And it says here that his scores, Jerry Goldsmith's scores for First Blood and Rambo First Blood Part 2, were licensed for use in the series and tracked throughout, mostly from Rambo First Blood Part 2, with his music for the film's trailer for Rambo First Blood Part 2, used as the opening and closing themes. It was supplemented original music composed by Habe Saban and Shuki Levy, who received an additional music by credit.